Good morning. Bryan College welcomes all players, officials, alumni, and spectators to today's Appalachian Athletic Contest between the Columbia International Rams and your Bryan College Lady Lions. As a member of the NAI and the Appalachian Athletic Conference, we're committed to the true spirit of competition, embracing 5 core values: respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. We ask that each of you abide by these values to help create a positive and competitive environment. Now please rise for a word of prayer followed by the national anthem. Father, thank you for today. Thank you for these ladies and the ability to come out and play the game that we all love. I pray that you would keep both teams free from injury, that we would have a good competitive contest. Please be with CIU and give them traveling grace on the way home. In your name we pray. Amen. And now for our lineups. First for Columbia International University. Number 1, Haley Rezitar. Number 2, Lauren Jackson. Number 6, Lily Jackson. Number 10, Amber McKinley. Number 12, Olivia Young. Number 14, Callie Rowe. Number 15, Mercy Burkmeyer. Number 18, Melissa Deal. Number 21, Sydney Thoman. Number 23, Chloe Battaglia. And number 29, Alexa Thoman. And now the lineup for your Bryan College Lady Lions. Number 00, Michaela Gale. Number 2, Campbell Brown. Number 3, Macy Moore. Number 4, Kaylee Ridley. Number 6, Lindy Arsenault. Number 10, Hannah Miller. Number 11, Trinity Rutherford. Number 12, Elizabeth Scott. Number 20, Delaney Gebhard. Number 22, Haley Brown. And number 26, Deidre Martinez. The Lions are coached by Tom and Ariel Hossall and assisted by Abby Hansford.
welcome in. All right, welcome in. We are here on the campus of Bryan College, and we are here for the final regular season matchup of the year. And I am here, Josh Muncie, here with Jordan Day. Jordan, how you doing today? A little morning soccer action here.
I'm doing great, man. I'm glad to be here. It's warmer than I thought, so it feels good. And I'm excited, man, to see the Lady Lions in action here today.
So, Jordan, you want to run through the lineups in case if anybody did not hear you on the pregame?
Absolutely. For the Lions, we've got Michaela Gale, Campbell Brown, Macy Moore, Kaylee Ridley, Lindy Arsenault, Hannah Miller, Trinity Rutherford, Elizabeth Scott, Delaney Gebhard, Haley Brown, and Jadra Martinez. So a pretty senior-heavy lineup.
Yeah, last regular season game for some of these ladies, so I think Coach Tom's getting a few of them in, giving them a chance to kind of play. I know it's Michaela Gale's first start, I believe, in her career as a senior, so shout out to her. We go to church together, so I've known her since she was probably 14, 15 years old, so good to see her out there getting some play.
That's right, man. I'm excited. We're going to try to see if we can I'll go around the horn here a little bit with CIU, and we're going to see if we can figure out where they are on the pitch. But it is Haley Resitar, Lauren Jackson, Lily Jackson, Amber McKinley, Olivia Young, Callie Rowe, Mercy Burkmeyer. As I'm going to cut it out here a second as we got a shot played in on goal. It's going to be easily caught by Resitar. Mercy Burkmeyer, Marissa Dill, Sydney Thoman, Chloe Battaglia, and Alexa Thoman. So looks like there's a couple changes from the regular lineup for Coach Lael and the CIU Lady Rams. They are, I believe, already locked into their postseason berth.
They are.
So I'm sure they've got a couple girls that they're going to rest. I know, especially I believe the tournament starts the end of this week. So you may have some valuable rest here for some girls, get some minutes for your bench, and just be able to, for Coach Lael, to see what she's got going into the tournament from a depth standpoint. Is we're going to see number 18, Marissa Dill, on the ball with some runners going forward. Plays the ball to number 14. That's Callie Rowe. In doing my homework for the game, Callie, number 14, is the leading goal scorer. She's got 4 goals, 4 assists. And Marissa Dill, who played her the ball, who looks to be maybe playing that number 10 role, is also joint top goal scorer with 4.
That's a good ball right there.
McKinley, yeah, that's a great ball. Got some space on the side. That ball goes into Marissa Dill, who holds up play. Back out to the flank. Back to Dill. She looks to get a ball on her right foot. She's going to take a shot, and it's going to go wide of Michaela Gale in goal. It took a deflection, I think.
I was going to say, yeah, it's a corner kick. As we see here, it looks like they're going to have a left-footed kicker here for this corner kick. I'm sorry. Really taking her time to get that ball set up, so we will have an outswinger here. They have kind of a line right there above the penalty spot, kind of between the penalty and the top. As they all break off, the ball comes up high, and first one to it is a Lady Lion.
Yeah, Jadra Martinez there with a clearance. Good job by Hannah there to close down number 6, Lily Jackson, on the flank. They're going to have a throw in. It's going to come up to number 18. That is Marissa Dill. I feel like we're going to be saying that name a lot. She seems like she's the one on the ball, the creative, kind of that creative attacking midfielder there for the Rams. It's number 6, Lily Jackson on the wing. Does a good job to get around Haley Brown, who recovers well. Ball's played back into the top of the box. Looks to cut in on the right foot is number 12. That's Olivia Young. Back out to deal. Ball's played in. It's going to be caught on a header and a good save.
Good save
by Michaela Gale. Absolutely did a great job. Kind of have to work through the defenders there with the ball. The header came through a few players, and she was quickly down to her left to make a play there. We're going to see the first kick of the game to her. Plays one into Campbell Brown, who flicks on, looking for Hannah Miller. And there's Marissa Dill again on the ball. Hannah's giving chase. Played to number 15. That's Mercy Burkmeyer, who plays a shot in. Michaela Gale, another save. So she's making up for lost time, Josh.
She is.
That's good combo play there. Campbell Brown is going to go across to Haley Brown. Going to play that up to Lindy on the wing. Lindy with a good touch, being chased by number 6, Lily Jackson. And the Rams are going to win back possession there. As you see, ball played down. Haley Brown, good job to clear that ball and let the defense recover.
Yeah, so a lot of action so far. It seems like this Rams team, when they get that ball out wide, they want to get into the box. Every time I look up, it seems like we have 3 or 4 people that we're trying to mark in that box.
Well, if you, I don't know that they can see it on their screen currently, but everybody's high. The only 2 defenders back, I would assume, are your center backs here. As you look like the Lions can counter. There's Liz. Liz plays the ball up. Will that
that'll get
Trinity?
to her.
She tried to play a good
Trinity.
job. Macy in the middle with the ball. And she holds up and gets back Liz on the ball. Back to Trinity. Some good 1-2 play right there by the Lions. Good job by Macy to win that ball. A little 50-50 ball there in the middle as the ball was played a little bit behind her. That's going to go to Arsenault on the side, up to Jadra. Jadra's going to back heel a ball back in the middle. What a ball. Down the wing go the Lions. We're going to get a ball crossed in here. Do we have runners? Oh, Liz with a really good chance at a kind of a flying volley there to be able to get her foot on the ball, and it's deflected wide for a Bryan's throw. We've been doing, 3-4 games together of the Lady Lions, and that might have been our best just attacking sequence.
Great sequence right there. And it started over here by maintaining possession when we got kind of, surrounded, able to work it back to the other side of the field. As Jadra is going to take this free kick, looking to get somebody in the box. Trinity tries to get her foot on it, and it goes off of a Rams player. We're going to have a foul in the box on the Lions. I'll tell you one thing with Jadra, she's got some whip on those free kicks and corner kicks. As the Rams are trying to work up that far side of the field, the ball goes out off of the line, so they'll have a throw in here. And they're going to throw it back to the middle.
There's Dill again on the ball. It is. She gets the ball every time they have it and seems to be the one pulling all those strings. And everything kind of goes off her. You see a lot of runs in behind, and she seems to be the creative player for the Rams.
Yeah, and they get it back to her here. She is working that sideline. And the Lions are going to want to throw in here.
Good job by Campbell Brown to close down. We're going to see Lindy on the wing there, just applying some pressure and a little bit of a misplay, I believe. That's number 6.
Lily Jackson.
Lily Jackson for the Rams. So the ball played deep. It looks like that the Rams are going to be open to the counter because they maybe have a little more possession than the Lions so far, and both these left and right backs seem to be pressing up the pitch and leaving those 2 center halves on an island back here. We'll see with Macy's pace if we can get in behind here and put some pressure on that Rams defense.
Thoman's going to play that ball through, and Trinity able to poke it away towards this near sideline. I don't think that ball's going to get out, so Trinity's going to get back on it, play it up for Macy, who does well to control it.
That's a great touch by Liz.
Yes, good job with that, working that little 1-2 with Liz, not able to maintain possession up this near side. But good work so far from the Lions. Oh, great defense there. Kaylee Ridley really came crashing in right there to knock that ball out for a Rams throw in here up this near side.
That's a good job right there, Macy, to come get that ball and plays a great ball back to Campbell Brown.
Can we get it back to her up the sidelines?
The bench was trying to alert her there that she had some pressure from behind. In basketball, I think Wolf.
Wolf.
Are we still doing that?
It's a Wolf call.
The last time I played basketball, Josh, was 8th grade, so it's been a minute.
Very universal, very universal. You'll hear that. I mean, you catch an NBA game, you'll hear Wolf yelled. Oh, that's a good ball played there, and we're going to get an offsides. Ridley's going to stand over this free kick after the offsides. She's going to look to play it up. Hannah Miller with a nice little flick onto Liz. Gets it out here to this near side to Trinity. She wants Macy to work this sideline, and she does. Kind of got her foot on top of the ball. Looks to play it in, and that ball's going to go through. Can Hannah get on the end of it? It looks like she will. Work this ball back into the box. Left-footed over. And just a little high on the shot there from Campbell Brown.
Another good play. Another good possession by the Lions.
I do think you're right, though, Jordan. Kind of you look at how far up the pitch that this Rams team is getting. There are opportunities for those counters.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. It looks like, a lot of teams you'll see that will go into a back three when they have possession. And for them, it really is a back two.
Yeah.
You see Hannah Miller back on the ball. Jadra, who will absolutely take shots, and you see that one get closed down and blocked there by, I believe, number 15. That's correct, number 15, Burkmeyer, closed down on that one. She's defensive midfielder. You see Delaney looking long. She's pointing for Trinity to go deep. Ball gets picked off right there by number 21, Sydney Toman. And a good job by the Lions and Liz Scott to pick that ball back up. Ball played into Macy.
Macy's really been active so far, kind of both in the middle and up the side and on defense, really working hard. I think that she sees that there's opportunities with the way they're kind of set up.
And you can hear, obviously not at home you can't, but you can hear that the goalie in the back line here for the Rams, every time the ball goes forward, saying press up, press up. They're playing a really high line. Macy, maybe a ball over the top unlocks that counter. You see a ball played back to Michaela here. She's going to have to get rid of that under pressure, and that's a good job for her to come out and put a strong foot on it to let her defense reset. Looks like 21, Sydney Toman's going to come over and take that throw. Going to give me a chance to really get this defense set here. Number 29 is also on D. That is Alexa Thoman.
Ridley able to clear that ball to Campbell, who loses it, and that ball's going to go out wide, but we're going to have a foul on the Rams there inside the box. So Michaela will retrieve the ball and set it up for the free kick. Looks like Ridley will take it. As McKinley wins that ball, looking to play it forward to Dill.
Lily Jackson, yep, and what a move there, and right over the
bar.
Over the really bar. Good feet there by Marissa Dill. So she is a junior from Jacksonville, Florida, with 4 goals on the year. So she is their joint top scorer, and we can really see why. And I didn't write down the assist tally, but that means it probably didn't catch my eye, but I can't imagine it not being pretty good with the way that she's played some balls in so far. You see a ball just slice back there to Michaela. She's going to retrieve and roll this out to Trinity Rutherford. See if Elizabeth can get down the line. That's a good job by 21, Sydney Thoman, to be able to intercept that pass. 14's going to play it across.
And that ball's going to go out. Looks like for a Lions goal kick here. So we're about 15 minutes into the match, still 0-0. Both teams have had some good looks. So we'll see how this kind of pans out. As you see now, the Rams are kind of backing it up a little bit, pulling some people back. The Lions lose possession on that far side, work it back into the middle. And Michaela got just enough of that, and we're going to get an offside, so it doesn't matter. But Michaela way off her line there, able to get just enough for Trinity to clear it off the line. But it would not have mattered with the offsides call.
Looks like something we may see here is Kaylee Ridley is taking the goal kicks for the Lions.
She is.
Going to be played short right there to Delaney. They're going to close down. Kaylee's going to be, that's a good touch there by number 10, I believe. That's Amber McKinley, who's going to play a ball only as far as Kaylee Ridley, who ushers it away in the box, and Trinity's back on it. Good ball to Macy. Can she unlock this? I think she had a runner on the inside, Josh, but she was looking here for Liz Scott down this left wing.
And that's going to go out for a Lions throw-in. A little tussle over here right in front of us that the Rams are going to come out with the ball. Ridley able to clear it to Hannah Miller, looking to get it back to Jadra, not able to. As Brown is going to win that one and play it back to Hannah. As Ridley looking to set up the attack, gets it to Campbell, who's going to play it out wide into Jadra. She plays it right back to her. And the Rams are going to stick their foot in there on that pass and come away with the ball as it's wrestled for and then cleared out only as far as Haley Brown. And then Ridley's going to give it a good boot up. And it's going to come back over. And the Rams are looking to attack up that far side, but that ball is going to go out for a Lions throw-in.
The one thing that looks different with Jadra up top right now, Jadra Martinez getting the start today for the Lions, is her ability to hold the play up. She's done a good job. They're playing balls. She's kind of backing into that defensive, that center back, and then being able to hold that ball up, play it back to Campbell Brown and to Hannah Miller, and then really unlock those wingers down the side for Coach Tom here. So interesting to see the shift in the way we're playing. But right now we've done a really good job on the counters. We're going to see Jadra with a foul there on number 12, Olivia Young.
Yeah, she's more of kind of that holding, like you're talking about. You know, you play the ball to her and let her kind of find those lanes that can open up, bring some of the defenders out. And she's got the ability from a good ways away to put some good pace on the ball. Maybe she can find Macy over the top of the defense sometime.
She's also a huge threat from outside the 18.
And that is closer than I would have expected there from Thoman. From, what would you say, Jordan? That was probably 35 yards out.
35 yards, absolutely. That was, I wasn't prepared for you to have to call a shot there. And she let it eat, and it wasn't far wide of that post.
No, it definitely had Michaela's attention, so it wasn't just way off.
That ball played in. We've got Hannah Miller wanting a foul, but they're going to play it. There goes Campbell, good ball through, and I just don't think Liz was making the run there for Campbell's ball. We're going to see.
I think everybody was anticipating a whistle there, and the ref was kind of like, hey, you have the ball, keep playing. As this ball's going to come up here, Trinity is going to let it go out. And it took a touch off of her on the way out, so it is going to be a Rams throw in here.
29, Alexa Thoman on the throw here. Delaney, good job to get a head on it. Kaylee's going to come up and get another head there as the ball's pinging around here. Haley Brown with it's a good job by Lindy to come clear as both center backs were kind of off out of that position there for the Lions. And 21, Sydney Thoman is going to play that ball out for a Lions throw. Trinity on the throw. Looks good to go to Macy. Macy with a good ball back in for Hannah Miller. If she can do any, she's got good job back. You can hear the dugout here for CIU yelling to press. And Haley Brown's going to play a ball through. Macy Moore looking to get on the end of that with her pace. She's going to try to cut back in on her right foot. She's got Jadra on the back post. She's going to play it there, and it's going to be a little bit ahead of her. I think she'll get to it.
Yeah, going to look to whip this one in. Can Hannah Miller get on the end of it? She tries to head it down to herself, not able to control it. It's going to stay in the box.
Campbell Brown with a shot. Just wide.
Just wide. I don't think that was wide, Jordan. I think that was on frame, and it got saved there because we're going to get a corner kick here.
Touched wide by Residar. That was a really good play there. The ball was a little heavy on the pace played there for Jadra. If she's able to get on that first time, I think we had enough runners, and the back line was stretched there for the Rams. But we're going to get, I believe, is this our second corner of the match?
I believe it is our second corner. Jadra's going to take this one as well. And gets that into the mixer, and it's going to pop around.
And cleared by the Rams.
We've looked dangerous on those corners.
Well, Jadra's pace and whip she puts on the ball is definitely a huge X factor there in the box. As you see another 1-2, great hold-up play. Her and Lindy
have done well on that right side.
Good job by Delaney to win that header back into Campbell Brown. She's going to look to play one through. It's going to clip Hannah Miller, and it's going to cause the CIU defense to be able to clear that for another throw. But a good little sustained run here the last 4 or 5 minutes of possession for your Lady Lions.
I think that ball took a slight deflection on that pass or else would have set up Jadra. I think she was going to look to take a shot from kind of the line right there.
Jadra looks to hold up and back heel a ball in. Nobody was on the run, but Hannah Miller's going to get on that ball. Good move to get around one defender. She beats another and takes a shot. And that looked like it was heading there for the corner. Didn't get the pace she wanted on it, but a really good job to beat two defenders, get it on her right foot and play a ball in there. And a good save by Haley Ressar to come out. And you're going to see her goal kick. And that is a good one there to the midfield line. And Haley Brown up with a good header. That's number 10. Amber McKinley looks to play somebody down the wing, but doesn't get the pass right. Lindy's there to pick it off. She's going to look for Jadra down the wing, but we got 23 minutes remaining here in the first half of a 0-0 game. And the thing we've had is it's been open all game, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
It has been back and forth. I think the Rams had some possession early. As we look, a ball's played into number 2. That's Lauren Jackson. She doesn't have a runner. She's going to play one just far of the post, and somebody picks up on it. Ball's played through. Really good job
Great hustle
there
by Lindy to get back. And
that was a great ball over the top there for Lauren Jackson. And we would have been in a lot more trouble if she was the only one, I think, that had made that initial run. So she kind of outran the play and didn't have anybody to play a cutback to. And so she had to hold up for a minute and just throw a ball really in a good area, but no Lady Rams on the back end of that to put a shot up. We're going to see the same left-footed player there, and I'm going to have to get a number to be able to tell you who that was.
I think is it 6? I believe it's 6.
Good job by Michaela to come clear that. You are correct in that being number 6, Lily Jackson. But they had that similar line there, that line of 3 or 4 players at the penalty spot, and they seemed to, on her run-up, kind of break away.
We kind of have a play like that in basketball, under out of bounds. You just stack it up. You never know who's going which way. So we're going to get the sub in 22 for 2.
That number 22 is Lily Vangelis.
And it looks like she's going to go up top, and 14 is going to work her way out to this right wing. I tell you one thing that's been well is we're kind of in a back 5 here, Jordan. Both Lindy and Trinity on the wings, those wing back positions, have done a good job of when that ball gets played wide forward, that they're not letting them cut inside. They're keeping them on the outside, which allows those 3 center backs to really worry about the things in the middle.
Good job by Delaney to step there. And looked right down here for Liz Scott, who anytime the Lady Lions get possession, we are going to have a lot of space down these flanks because there's such a high line from the center backs, but also the right and left back are so far up the pitch. Good job by the Lady Lions to break up that attack. That's going to be played back to number 15 in the middle, Burkmeyer, who's going to play across to 21, Thoman. Thoman down the wing to 14. That's Callie Rowe, plays the ball in, back post, and goodness gracious, on a platter. What a ball. And they were just unable. I think it took a little bounce right before it kind of got caught.
Kind of skidded on her a little bit,
You're going to hit it on the half volley, and it just kind of – it's a little wet this morning. Dew's still on the ground. That may have played a role there in that ball kind of bouncing up.
I'll say one thing, though. This grass is looking good.
Thank you. I mowed it yesterday. I was
like
hoping,
the circles. Do you always do the circles?
It's just a preference. Depends on what Coach Tom and Coach Davidson want. They seem to like the circles. A little bit easier than straight lines, if I'm being honest with you. So you can't tell when I screw up with the circles. You can on the straight lines.
Well, you don't screw up, so.
Well, we'll see. I'm a few years in now to mowing. Early, it needed to be all curved lines because it was really rough. As we see a foul there on Haley Brown, it's going to be a free kick here, just in front of the midfield line.
That goes true for my front yard as well.
My yard does good to be mowed most of the time.
I'm with you on that. So we're going to have a free kick here right at the half-field line.
It's going to be Battaglia, 23, who's going to play a ball in. Kaylee Ridley was stretched, but she got to it. That ball's going to be into number 18, Dill. Dill's going to take a shot with her left foot, and it's going to just go over the crossbar. But she still seems to be the most dangerous.
That's twice that Dill's put one just over that bar.
And we've seen both, one with her left and one with her right. So she's really hard to defend because you don't know which way. I'm assuming she's a right-footed player, but that left foot there with some good pace and some whip on that ball. And then earlier, the cross that was played there to the back post was by number 14, Callie Rowe. She actually leads them in assist and joint leader in goals. So she's on this right wing here, somebody to watch for the Rams. Good job
step
right
in there by Liz, and good header by Trinity to get it out of there.
Going to be played out to the wing. That's Lily Jackson again. She's going to play that ball in. Ball's knocked around in the box. Good job to get clear by Delaney. She's looking for Jadra, but only as far as number 12, Olivia Young. And the Rams are getting some sustained possession right now. See a ball back played in. Kaylee Ridley with the clearance. Let's see what Macy can do one-on-one. She's tried to flick on and let her pace work.
That's not a bad play there. As we're going to get the ball back to Macy. She's going to wind up and take a shot that goes just over the top of the bar as well. A lot of just over the tops here. Both teams have had some good looks.
It's just so free-flowing. It's good to see the Lady Lions playing with a little bit of that tiki-taka in the middle. Really all set up so far by the ability to play those long balls into Macy. And Macy's done a good job, her and Jadra, of knocking those back down, putting Campbell, Liz, and Hannah on the ball. That ball's played in, and it's a missed clearance by Haley Brown. Lily Jackson looking to get onto it. She's played a good touch. She's a left-footed player. Back Kaylee Ridley's trying to cover. Middle. And another good job. Great job by Michaela Gale to make sure, I don't know if she, if it was more instinct, but the left-footed player, she closed down that angle a bit. That was always going to be hard to beat her near post, and they went for the far post, and she had it covered very well. She's going to play a rolled ball in here to Delaney. Delaney looking for runners. Good job by McKinley to step up there. Delaney turns. She's going to play a ball. The Rams are doing such a good job at trying to cut those balls off that are played into the middle of the park. So look for the Lions to start unlocking some balls over the top. You see Trinity making a run here down on this wing and was not able to be picked up. That's such a far pass. I don't know if anybody can get that ball to this back wing on the pitch outside of probably Jadra Martinez with her ability to hit the ball. We're getting some jeers in the crowd. It's the CIU men's team.
Yes.
Who has made the trip, and they are, for a 10 a.m. start, usually think you won't have that many fans here. You got students in class. And
I was going to say pretty decent crowd for what I expected for a 10 a.m. kickoff.
A good move by 22 there. That is Vangelis.
Dill back to her left foot, right at Michaela. That was a good job, I thought, by the Lions defense to force her back to the left foot, not able to really take that shot at full speed. Probably took a little bit off of it as well.
Michaela Gale's has been the woman of the match so far in the first half. Some really good saves. They put her under some pressure. She's been good. It does not look like a keeper that's having their first career start, Josh.
No, not at all.
McKinley with good pressure there. Delaney tries to get back on, and she slips. Campbell Brown in pursuit. McKinley's cutting back in on this wing. She's got runners in the back post. She's going to play that ball back into the midfield. Get back into the penalty spot, and that is number 18, Marissa Deal.
Yeah, right on cue.
Right on cue. And Deal on the score sheet for that one, but that one was completely the heavy lifting there done by number 10, Amber McKinley, who gets a really good assist there to get to the end line and play that ball back at the penalty spot. And I think we had the back post runner covered, but
yeah,
Deal made a good run from that midfield, and just really at that point, a player of her caliber is going to be able to slot that ball in the corner. Nothing Michaela can do about that one. And as free as this has been, you could probably say with the last 5 minutes that's deserved. They've had some really good chances there as Jadra gets us back underway here. And we got to hope that the Lady Lions don't drop their heads. They've played really well to start this half. They need to keep it up as we see another ball played back in here for Marissa Deal. She's going to slow it up and cut back in, look for a cross back post. It's deflected and cleared by Haley Brown, who comes back up and cleans it up again. Good job by Haley Brown to get rid of that ball. We're going to see Macy on the ball. She's heading down in front. Number 29, Alexa Thoman, cuts that ball out. And that ball's cleared off of a Lions player. I believe that was Liz. And it's going to be a throw in here for number 29, Alexa Thoman. Delaney slipped with possession, and that ball is played in for 22. She's making a run. That's Vangelis again. It's the sub. She's done a good job of making some runs in off the bench. Chager's got room to turn and look for runners. She's played a ball through to Liz. It, I think, either hit off of her back potentially, and she goes in for a foul there after she lost possession, slid in to try to win that ball back. And no caution coming out there, but it did look like a pretty hard foul after she was going for that ball. I don't think we're having a injury issue. There's a lot of laughing going on there with the Rams defense, but definitely was a little bit of a knock there. Maybe took a boot to the foot or maybe the shin there. Josh, I honestly kind of surprised we didn't see a yellow.
Yeah, especially because it was from the back. Like, that's normally one that'll get you, but I don't think it was malicious. It just kind of happened. That was a great flip on
for Callie Rowe. Look at that pace. It's played back in the middle, and it just goes in front of Deal, and a great job by Lindy to get free to put that ball out for a corner.
And you know she's going to win a penalty there, or win a foul.
Great job. And you see the way that they unlocked the Lady Lions defense on that first goal is to really get in behind here, as Rutherford's been pressing up the pitch for us in this left back spot, or wing back spot. They've played a couple balls in behind her, and they're just staying wide and getting runners into that box where you've got multiple passing options to cut the ball back to. And the Rams look definitely most dangerous down this right flank as Michaela comes out to grab that ball. She's going to roll it in. Trinity going to be pressured by Rowe here and plays it back in the middle to Kaylee Ridley. Looking for runners. We don't have a lot of action up top. We need to start making some runs, you think, in behind here to relieve some pressure, and at least as Jadra player it is on cue right there. Ball in behind to Macy. Looks like the Rams defense is going to get to it, and that's Battaglia to clear that out for a Lions throw. But just with the game's become a little stagnant, Josh, for us in possession, you're hoping we can send some girls in behind and use Macy's pace to see if we can stretch that back line like we were doing a little bit earlier in the half.
Yeah, so we're coming up on 12 minutes left in this half as Trinity's going to throw that in. And Campbell's going to backheel it back to Trinity, who's looking to play Macy forward, and I think Macy may have wanted that at her feet.
Yeah, she had backed into that defender there a little bit, but at least even though it's a minute and a half of possession there, good for the Lions to get out, still prove that they can be deadly on that counter. Hannah's going to play that ball back, and it's a little bit too far. Looks like Lindy's going to play that up, and it's going to roll out of play for a Rams throw.
It's hard to tell where that touch line is on the other side.
It is. Well, I don't know if they see it home, but the field is crowned to help with the water, and so we really can't see a line at all on the other side. It's higher a little bit here around the midfield circle. The pitch is higher there, so it slopes off, and we're not able actually from the gantry here to see that. So we're really at the behest there of that assistant ref. Yeah, we're kind of watching their body language to see how close that ball is to the line. We're going to get a free kick here for the Lady Lions. 10:45 remaining in the first half. We trail 1-0 to the Columbia International Rams. Jadra over the ball right about the midfield circle. Looking to play a ball deep in here, and she puts that ball right about the penalty spot. That's a good ball, and it just trickles over the top of everybody and rolls through to number 1, Haley Rester, who's able to clean it up and come back out for looks like a long ball. And she's had a couple that have got all the way to the midline there. She's got a really good right foot on her. Good win by Jadra and applying pressure. Macy, good job to apply it from the back. And just no help there going forward. We've had some slips. You can definitely tell that we're not as used to playing this early morning. It's a little more wet as Dill's on the ball there. She's turned a few defenders. Ball played out to Rowe on the wing. It's going to be played back post and just over the top by Lily Jackson and on her left foot, which seems to be the preferred foot for her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been a couple, I believe, that she's had a couple really good chances there. She's in good positions, and the backside, that right side of the Lions defense is going to have to make sure they know where she's at on those balls played back post, because she's been in some promising positions for the Rams, and we're lucky that it's still 1-0 here. Could have easily been 2.
It's crazy that ball just barely got over the bar and still cleared the net behind the goal. That ball's going to go off a hand, but it was seen by everybody but the match official, so.
Well, hey, the guys team, the Rams guys team is not missing a call up there. They're on top of it right now. You'll see a long ball played over to Liz. Liz looking to cut back in. Good job by number 12, Olivia Young, to usher that ball out of play and at least give her defense some valuable seconds to get back to their position. 8:35 remaining here in the first half. Lady Lions still trail 1-0. Good job by Kaylee Ridley to come up. We're going to have a 1-2 with Haley Brown back down the wing. Arsenault looks for a ball in, and it's picked off by the defense, played back to Campbell Brown. Delaney on the ball, maybe looking to switch play here. She's looked for Macy in the middle, didn't find her, and it's going to be back to the Rams. Good job by Ridley to step in front of that, Josh. We may have been one-on-one with Marissa Deal, and that would have been a tough ask for any keeper.
Yeah.
Jadra's going to have to play some defense here. Trinity is way up the pitch and still there. She's looking and calling for the ball down on this left flank as we go back to the right side for possession. Liz is on the ball. Jackson providing a great job by Liz to be able to turn back in. She's going to take a shot, and Rossiter's going to get down to her left in front of that near post and smother that one for another save. So I'd like to see the stats here. There's been a lot of shots in this game.
We've had 6 shots on goal. They've had 3.
That ball's up. Good flick there by McKinley to play that
Uh-oh.
And Haley Brown is going to try to get back, deals on the ball. She's going to play that runner, and she is off. And we could hear the dugout kind of telling her she's off, not, I believe, wanting her to play the ball to the right side instead of the left. And I believe the voice we heard was Coach Lale. That's the head coach of the Rams. I looked a little bit in. She is the only head coach in school history, Josh. They started the program in 2014. She was hired then. And so she has been, I believe, I guess her 10th year here, 10th year anniversary at CIU. I spoke with her pregame. She was awesome getting me the lineups. And as Jadra took a little bit of a knock.
Yeah, she kind of slipped on that grass. You can kind of see the skid mark.
That hurts me a little bit.
I know. I didn't want to point it out to you, but.
Well, I think one thing you'll notice about ryegrass that's different than the Bermuda that we play on during the warm months is that Bermuda is a little coarser grass, a little rougher grass. So I think we're seeing the slipping because the rye it's a really fine grass.
Yeah.
Very thin blade, so it's a little bit easier to, when it's wet, for the ball to skid, for players to skid. And the fact that it's just came in the last 2 days make it a little bit of ball's played off of number 22 there.
And she's going to get on it.
That's our sub, Vangelis.
Oh, great job by Ridley there to kind of poke it away.
It's a good cutback. Delaney to clean it up. She's been dangerous since coming into the
She has.
game. She's made some good runs. She got some pace up top, and we can tell they do. As we're going to see another sub here, number 5. That is Leah Williamson. She's going to come in here
looks like Jackson.
For Jackson. So we'll see if she goes out, and it's a like for like. She goes out to that left flank, left wing position.
As the Lions are going to look to sub here too.
Right in front of us here, we're going to have a sub for the Lions as well, Josh. That's going to be
Ryan Fair.
Number 9, Ryan Fair, who's has done it all she can play up front. She's listed as a forward. Last time she was in the lineup, we saw her as a center back. And so just really good athleticism, and she's going to come in for Jadra. So it looks to be more of her natural position. And I say natural position because that's what's listed on the website.
Kind of play up top. So as we got a little bit over 4 minutes left in this half.
Right in on the actions, Ryan Fair.
It's like we always say, that ball finds you.
Absolutely.
And there's the other sub that just came in now on the ball.
Right on cue, Williamson. That's a good block by the Lady Lions. And it's going to go out for a CIU throw. 4 minutes even remaining in what's been a really eventful half.
Yeah, a lot of action for a 1-0 game.
Yeah, we've got a full game total's worth of shots here in this first half. Delaney, good job to cut that one out as Marissa Deal was looking to get back on the ball. I think we should get a foul call there, and we don't get anything there. Is Delaney's back in there to semi-clear that one.
Oh, good job by Trinity just to kind of nudge her off the spot that she wanted to get that header on. As McKinley's going to play that to the back post. Did that go off a hand?
You could see the official tuck his arms to his side.
Yeah.
I guess just insinuating that her arms were in a natural position when the ball made contact. And they looked to be down by her side. So I think that's a good call there. But, we are Lions fans, Josh. So we're going to say that regardless of if her hand was outstretched or not.
There's no way that should have been called a handball.
Absolutely. Unreal job by the official.
Yeah. If he was on the other end, that's a handball all day.
Oh, we're screaming. Yeah, I'm going to have to mute my mic. Deep ball played by Ridley. It's header won by Toman, but the Lions are back on the ball. And Toman's done a really good job at cutting out some of those passes. She really presses the back of those midfielders and puts them under a lot of pressure if they're able to win the ball. As Williamson wins the ball, and that's probably just fresh legs. She's been out a minute and a half on the pitch versus the
Lindy's been out there since the start.
For 42 minutes.
Coming up on 2 minutes left. Let's see if the Lions can win this ball back and try to get one more good attack on goal as they do the first part and win the ball back.
Good touch by Delaney. Campbell was looking for Trinity down this flank. If she can apply some pressure, you can see it's a good job by Rowe just to get rid of that ball for a Lions throw. Rowe, for the joint goal scorer, if you noticed, I mean, she is really playing just this right midfield position. She's back a lot on defense, and she has a lot of pace, as we've seen her run in behind a couple of occasions. But to be a leading goal scorer and play this deep on defense is something we haven't seen a ton of this year, and that's a good job by McKinley. She played that ball off Macy for a Rams throw. That's going to bring us to a minute and a half remaining in the first half. Lady Lions still trail 1-0 to the CIU Lady Rams. Alexa Thoman is going to be sore with as many throw-ins as she's had down in front of us.
Yeah, she just keeps moving down, moving down. Now they finally get one into McKinley. And we're going to get another throw in. And this one is going to go to the Lions.
Kind of surprised by that. Header's won by the Rams, and the ball's going to come in. Campbell did a good job to get a boot to that with only 35 seconds left in the first half. You just got to keep from giving up another goal, get into halftime here 1-0. Trinity's going to play that out 28 seconds and counting here in the first half. And here comes Thoman back to make a throw, and she's going to throw in behind the defense, go only as far as Delaney, who heads clear again. And we can do this till the time runs out.
I just think you just can't let the ball get to Dill's feet, I think, right here. You just keep doing what we're doing. As that ball's going to whip itself in, Liz going to pop it up.
You got to get it clear. That's a good job right there with 5 seconds remaining just to get rid of that. And a good touch there by Ryan Fair. And that's going to end the first half here from the Lions Den, with the Lady Lions trailing 1-0 to the Columbia International Rams. And that goal was set up by Amber McKinley and finished by Marissa Deal. So it is a 1-0 lead at halftime. And Josh and I will be back with you quickly here in about 15 minutes. Welcome back to the Lions Den, and we're going to get underway here for the second half of the AAC matchup between your Bryan Lady Lions and the CIU Rams. The Lions currently trail 1-0, but after a pretty good and entertaining first half, we saw a lot of shots both teams, a lot of chances both teams. Very surprised, Josh, we only have one goal, which is a little surprising because it could easily be 3-4 for sure. A couple good chances for both teams inside the 6-yard box that were met either with good saves or just kind of a poor finish.
Yeah, a little bit of a change up here to the lineup. It looks like Macy's going to play that left back position. Looks like Ryan is going to stay in, but she's going to be a center back. So like we talked about when she came in, she's been able to eat all over the field, so she's already been the number 9, and now she's back at center back.
Interested to see here what the Lady Lions decide to do about those balls going over the top. And that may be why we see Macy there at left back and she subbed in for Trinity, is just maybe the pace factor of getting her pace there to try to shut down those balls over the top, which we're definitely working, especially in the back part of that the back part of the first half there for the Rams. We also got
Ruth Fish in here.
Ruth Fish right here in front of us. Speaking of pace, she definitely has plenty of that. And we're going to see Hannah Miller push a little higher.
Ooh.
Good job by Hannah there to get on the ball and try to apply some pressure. Ruth Fish steps across there. Ball played to number 15, Berkmeyer. She's kind of patrolled that 6, that holding role for the Rams in the first half. Doesn't really go far forward. Sometimes that can be a little bit of an unheralded position on the pitch. She's done a good job putting in some tackles, playing some of those long balls, just being a kind of a deep-lying playmaker.
Especially for how they play, too, with the fact that, we look up right now, there's only 2 people back. So she's kind of has to play an important role there, kind of protecting those 2 that are back.
And she seems very disciplined to, even right there at the top of the box, she looks to play a pass to those forward runners instead of trying to take one on herself or drift into the box. She knows she's kind of the last line of defense to help out these center backs, as we're going to see number 23, Chloe Battaglia, come up from her center back position and deal now and to take this corner. Well, Battaglia's retreated. She stayed, about 15, 20 yards here outside of the 18. Deal's going to play that ball in. It's going to be an outswinger. It's a good job by Ridley to be able to head that clear only as far as Battaglia. And see if we can release Ruth Fish here. Come on, Hannah. Hannah with the ball. Looks to play one and plays it through the middle. They're calling for the goalie. Ruth Fish is on it. She's played a ball through.
Is that in? That's it.
Oh, my goodness, and it's just wide. But right on cue, the pace of Ruth Fish has unlocked this CIU defense, and we're not even just approaching 3 minutes into the second half. What a ball by Hannah Miller, and just a good play all around to possess that, head that ball clear, win it back in the box, and then play 2 passes to a shot on goal. And we saw Resitar come out, and her defense was calling for her. You could see the hand signal as they knew, I think, they were beat by the pace of Fish, and she just poked it, the little toe poke, just wide. But really good start for the Lions and looking for that equalizer. Macy's going to hit that cross in, but she's going to come back to win that ball.
Now they're looking to get Lindy up this right side, this near side.
Ryan Fair with a good ball out here to Lindy. Lindy's got a runner, and what a good pace on that ball. Ooh, what a ball. I mean, look at this. Coach Tom has done a good job in getting these girls ready to come out in the second half, because we have had some really good link-up play, some good diagonal runs there. I thought that ball was played into nobody, and all of a sudden Hannah Miller is making that run and kind of from the center of the pitch.
Off the throw in there to release Ruth.
Berkmeyer again with a good ball. Ryan Fair, who has been everywhere since she's been in. I'd like to see a heat map for a lot of her games where she plays a little bit of everywhere on the pitch. Good turn by 22. How do we want to go with that name? Are we going to go with Vingelis or Vingelis?
I'm going to say Vingelis.
Okay, Vingelis, who was the first half sub who stayed in. She had a really good cameo there in the first half and is back out to start the second half. There's Macy up that left wing, back into a little bit more of an attacking position. She's going to play that ball in. Liz with a good touch and turn. Liz going to take a shot. Oh, my goodness, what pace on that ball. Recitar does a good job to poke that over the top as you see her defense go back and kind of high-five her, because that was a thunderbolt from Liz that was headed for the top net. The Lions with a really good start to this second half. We're going to get our first corner of the second half here for the Lions.
I believe it's Macy.
It is Macy, you're correct.
Good ball in, and the keeper comes for it, bobbles it, and then she handled that ball out of bounds, so we'll get another corner for the Lions here.
Something's going to be hard to see right there is Ryan Fair did a really good job. She was taking a swing at that ball right when Recitar went to pick it up and was able to stop, which probably for sure would have been a foul, but also maybe an injury concern. And the Lions are going to have another corner. It's played more top of the box. Ball's on the ground, and looks like we're going to get another corner.
Just keep putting the pressure on them here.
Absolutely. If you can keep throwing a ball in there near that penalty spot, even if you can't win the first ball, maybe ball lands in front of somebody. Good ball there. It's a good header, and it's clear just as Hannah and McKinley. McKinley's pace able to get to that one. We're going to see Campbell Brown try to close her down. Good job with a touch.
Great job by Campbell.
I thought she might have even won that tackle back off of McKinley, but a good job by Campbell to close down there and stop that counter. That's number 12, Olivia Young, with the throw. Back to Vingelis. Vingelis looks to play a ball. Ryan Fair again. That's 3, 4, 5 interceptions to start this second half by number 9, Ryan Fair.
We're that close to freeing up Ruth on this near side here, Jordan. Great job by Hannah to try to work that ball. The pressure from the Lions in this second half, I know we've only been going about 7.5 minutes now, but has been top-notch. And they're going to win a foul right here in front of us as you see the dugout excited for how things are going in the second half.
It's good energy from the Lions. You can hear that dugout as well. Good turn by Hannah Miller, able to get that ball back in the midfield, and Blankmeyer just stepped across and cut her out. That's a good ball down. Lindy on the wing. She's going to be able to play one back into the mix here, and she just fluffs it, and it's going to go out for a goal kick.
Tough luck right there.
Tough luck, because it was really good job for her to see that space. No player down here to mark her on that run, and I don't know if that was by design or if she just saw
you could see Jackson. She was kind of a one-person wall, and she noticed her, but she didn't want to leave the shot wide open for Hannah Miller to get it into the box. So Hannah made the right decision, played it out to Lindy. As you see Jackson playing one up for Vingelis. Is she going to get on it? And the second one is what's going to go into the back of the net.
Really good job there on the first shot for Michaela to get down to it, and just really tough luck. She wasn't able to keep it under control, and it kind of parried back out and just right in front of an open net. And what is really a tough luck second goal there against the Lions.
The run of play, too.
Absolutely against the run of play in the second half, and you hate to see that, but we got to keep our heads up here, and the dugout is still excited, kind of cheering and saying, hey, keep your heads up. We've got to get back in it and go again.
Let's get up. Come on.
Hannah Miller fighting for possession in there. She's won it in the box. It's going to be played back in.
Ooh.
Decent spell there for the Lions. Hannah Miller did a great job in the box to be able to cut that ball back. The Rams defense had covered it, though, and we weren't able to get a great shot off as Ryan Fair's going to flick that header backwards and deal on the ball. Haley Brown defending. Cuts in and plays the ball deep to Rowe on the back post. And that fizzed just in front of two Rams attackers. I believe that was 22 Vangelis and 18 Deal, and went all the way to the back post to number 6, Lily Jackson, who at that point didn't really have an angle to be able to get that on frame. But the Rams still very, 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 I'd say, I guess, dangerous down there playing those back post balls. We have not done a good job defensively. I don't know if we're not tracking that runner or if we're just stretched due to the pace on the initial ball. Good job, Delaney, to be able to get that, and Ridley clears.
That's the one thing when you have one of your defenders taking kind of that goal kick, is it allows more room for those second balls because you're not as worried about offsides because that defender is further back than what they would normally be, because we're going to have a foul here on the Lions.
Battaglia here over the free kick. Play a hard low one. I think it was mishit. She was looking to get a little more air under that ball. And that ball was just laid back for Ryan Fair and left a little short by Campbell Brown.
And she's offsides.
Absolutely.
I looked immediately because I was like, that she was on the back shoulder of the defender, but I wasn't sure if Macy was keeping her on the far side.
We would have had a mini uprising here if that flag didn't go up.
Yes, for sure.
She definitely looked to be a good 2-3 yards off.
Ryan to take this free kick. She will boot it up, and it'll find Hannah. It'll bounce around off of Brown's head for Macy on that far side. She's able to get it under control and looking to play Liz just a little far for Liz there, as Liz is going to keep the pressure. The Rams are going to work it up that far side. Tried to play a 1-2, but the run was not made as Macy's going to make this throw in here to Liz. Liz is going to whip around. She's able to keep that ball in. And that ball is going to go out for a Lions throw in. Macy's going to play it back to Delaney, who's going to put it into the box. It's going to be headed out.
One thing that's been an X factor, seems to be an X factor here for the Rams, is when they're kind of in that low block and the Lions have possession, they've been able to break out of that, and it's really been Amber McKinley, number 10. She has done such a good job at picking balls up at her own 18 and making runs to unlock really the whole counterattack. We saw her assist that first goal with a really good run. There she is on the ball again. Ryan Fair across to kick that out for a Rams throw.
I'll say, too, she does a good job of finding Jackson and Rowe on these wings, too. It seems like that's where they have been dangerous, is kind of stretching us out and then finding Dill in the middle of the park. And that space is created by those wings and their willingness to run.
Josh, you may have this on your stats. I'm not sure. Where are they in the league?
Okay, so I meant to say this earlier. So, like, they need a win here to go to the 7 seed. So right now they're the 8. They win this game, they go to the 7, which gets them a matchup with the 10 seed versus an 8-9 matchup.
So still something definitely in this game for
them.
them.
They have something to play for, a lot more than we do.
I'm sure that's a lot based on, good ball is
McKinley finds a winger.
Absolutely, man. She has been so good playing those balls into runners. And Rowe on that right wing has also been an issue. But you got to think at this point in the year, if you're Coach Lael, you're thinking, what's the best matchup for me going in the tournament? And that,
Yeah.
you know, because you're definitely not coming in and not trying to win a game. And you can see that by the way that they've decided their starters. They rolled out basically everybody. I think only one change from their last team.
And they have a smaller roster, too. There's only, I think, 4 people over here on their bench. 5.
And you got to think that the trip also probably played a little bit into that. You take a little smaller crew maybe on this game, playing at the end of the week again in the tournament.
Well, now, if I'm not mistaken, they play midweek because they're in the play-in, so they probably play Wednesday.
That's right. You are correct on that.
Because Friday would be the quote-unquote knockout round.
We'll see if that plays anything into the way that Coach Lael decides to sub here. And like you said, not a ton to sub in the dugout over here. So it looks like a lot of these girls are going to have to go the full 90. We saw one sub in the first half. And there is Lily Jackson. She's going to play a ball right over the bar. She has been unlucky not to have at least one goal in this game. She's been in really good, promising positions. One of the balls bounced up on her. I think she wanted one of them back. She definitely
the
had
back
one.
post one over here that she kind of pushed it right outside the bar, I think was her best chance.
When she came off earlier, she's the one that subbed. You could hear her telling her coach, hey, that one, like she really wanted it back. She knew that she probably should have put that one in the back of the net, but she's been in great positions. She's putting in a shift. Her pace up that wing on the left side is proven tough for the Lions defense. Ruth's got to see if she can turn here on number 12, Olivia Young, but it's going to be cut out by 23, Battaglia, who plays it back to Young under pressure. Does a good job to turn and play that ball into the midfield. Delaney with a good touch to get around number 22, Vangelis. But McKinley back on the ball with runners going forward. Deal's making a run through the middle of the park. That ball's going to be played over the top to Deal. Vangelis is back. She's going to shoot that, and it's going to be a good save to her bottom. I think maybe down to her right there, Michaela Gale. Good job to cover that near post, not allow anything. Deal had a runner maybe, but I think you could tell by the way she received that ball, it was head up and look on goal.
Yeah, you can kind of tell when they start chopping the feet. That's normally a good indication of trying to really set up to let one go. So we're going to get a sub here for the Lions. So that is going to be the hometown girl, Haley Smith.
We're going to get one with the Rams as well. Number 2, Lauren Jackson, who started the game, is going to come back in here, and we'll see who she comes in for. Will she come in for who? It was
Vangelis?
Vangelis, in the first half, so I wonder if it'll go back to that, or it'll be interesting to see where she goes, if that changes with what they're trying to do. I don't know if the Rams play with both of them on the pitch much or not. You see another slip there by Delaney, and ball one back by the Rams, but the Lions do a good job to get that back and play a ball in here to Ruth Fish. Ball just squirts a little bit between her legs, I think, and
there was barely enough room for that ball to get through it. It did. As good job by the defense of the Lions.
Good job by Ruth. What a touch out in front. You see the pace here. She should be off to the great recovery by Olivia Young, number 12.
Oh, we're going to get a foul there on, I guess that was Hannah that came in there.
good pressure there by 22. Vangelis able to win the ball over Ryan Fair. And Ryan does a great job there to help usher that ball out of play. It's going to be a CIU throw. And we are going to see the same sub we saw in the first half. It'll be number 2, Lauren Jackson, in for Vangelis, who has done a great job today. Didn't get the start, but has been great. And then we're going to see
Haley Smith
coming in for Ridley there for the Lions. And right on the ball, there it was, ball found her, and she did a good job to play that ball and gain possession for the Lions. A heavy touch there by Ruth Fish. Ball's going to be back down the left flank to Jackson for CIU. She's going to play a ball in it. Smith does a good job there to clear. Looks like the Lions are pressing a little heavier now. We've got 25 minutes remaining in the second half. Lions trail 2-0. Those are goals through Vangelis. And that's just a quick shot over the bar by Lauren Jackson, just subbed into the game. But the Lions trail 2-0 to the CIU Rams. One goal in the first half, 1 goal here in the second half for the Rams, who seem firmly in control of the game at the moment. But the Lions have been pretty good on the attack. We've had a lot of good chances, just unable to find the back of the net. And I think if we could get one back here, it would change the last 24 minutes of this ball game.
Yeah, and if nothing else, just change the mentality. It really stinks when we were playing better to start the second half than they were. They were just able to get one shot, and we're able to get it on goal. Well, 2 shots, but it's very much against the run of play. And so I think a goal here would really kind of change the momentum, change the fight, change the fire. You know, sometimes teams love to play the spoiler role.
It would be nice, and I think it would be nice, too, just for the Lions to have a little momentum. Obviously not going to make the tournament, but be able to set some momentum going into the spring season as Coach Tom looks to get the girls back on track for the start of play next year and just instill some confidence, because I'm with you, Josh. I think the scoreline isn't really indicative of how we've played, especially to be as that she's going to be on. She's going to get a runner on the inside, and a good job. Number 12, Olivia Young, has done a really, really good job down this side in the game. She's physical. She's got some pace, and she's having to deal with some wingers that have a lot of speed, so she's done a good job. Just never gets her head down, constantly running. She's even made a couple recovery tackles after she was beat.
That's one of those, I wonder, she was probably playing the same way in the first half. It's just when she's on that opposite side of the field, we don't see the little things as much on that side the way we do over here. But you're right, like since she's been on this side, she has been up and down all over, making recovery runs. As we're going to get a foul there.
Yeah, I think Lauren Jackson just a little bit on the follow-through, trying to win that ball.
Kind of the same call we saw from Hannah a few minutes ago. So we're coming up on 22 minutes left in this half.
Ryan Fair is going to boot that deep. Just goes over Hannah Miller as Battaglia plays it back to Recitar. Good pressure by Scott, and almost gets that. That would have looked shades of
Sace the other day.
A couple weeks ago on homecoming, closing down and winning a deflection into the net. But first time we've really seen that press initiated by the front 3 of the Lady Lions, as Blankmeyer gets on the end of that errant pass and plays to Jackson. Good job with her turning inside. She's on her right. She plays to McKinley. McKinley takes a touch to her right. Haley Brown, really good job, but it's going to be played only as far as Rowe, who puts up a shot that's blocked again by the Lions defense, but recovered by the Rams, and an errant pass from Lily Jackson's going to give the Lady Lions the throw in Macy with a throw in here to Haley Brown, who's going to play that ball to Delaney Gephardt in the middle. She into Campbell. A little bit of a short pass. We've seen that a couple times. Great job by Smith to be able to win that ball back.
She's really come in and put her foot in a lot of battles there, has Smith.
That's a good ball. Can Liz get on the end of it? I thought that ball might squeak through for Ruth on this backside. And right on cue, Haley Smith able to get her foot on another ball, but it's not far enough as she's going to have to overlap here and really put on some pressure on Rowe, who takes a good touch. Smith trying to close her down, and Michaela Gale down to that shot again.
Scooping it up like a shortstop right there.
Absolutely. Gold Glover. She's had some really good saves in this game. Rowe had runners backside, and I think after the shot there, a couple were telling her, hey, we were here. And it's a results business. If you take that shot and it goes in, nobody cares
and
who
nobody
was
says
open.
a word.
But if it's saved, then everybody was open. So I understand that completely. McKinley plays the ball. Ryan Fair, good job to step up and get that, and just got it cleared back off of Ryan. Deal back on the ball on her left foot, making a run. Great
job by Lindy there.
Absolutely, to close her down. And she's probably one more touch away from trying to play that ball in the back of the net.
I kept waiting for her to try to play it back to the middle there, back to her right foot, and she never did. But Lindy did a great job kind of staying on her, shepherding that ball out. As now Dill will take the corner kick for an in-swinger here.
Maybe a chance to counter for the Lions if we can win this ball and get it to the midfield. It's played through. Good job with the left boot there by Campbell Brown. Liz lets it bounce. Battaglia and Liz with a 50-50 ball. Battaglia comes out on top there. Ball played back to Jackson in the middle, who's going to play it, switch the play to Thoman. But it's a bad touch, and Macy's off down this wing. Plays up to Hannah. What a touch by Hannah Miller. She's going to be off to the races here. That's a good job in recovery by number 29, Alexa Thoman. And we're going to get a throw in for the Lions. Hard to tell because both girls pointed like they won the ball, but Macy is going to be on the throw in here. 19 minutes remaining. We're going to get a sub for the Lions. That's number 18, Cecilia Mize, going to come in for Lindy Arsenault, who has put in quite a shift and played really well. Haley Brown's going to slide over and take Lindy's position of right back. And Cecilia looks like she's going to be a little more up the field. Maybe we're switching out of more of that back five.
Well, Delaney came back. So we're going to stay in the five. Delaney's going to slide back to that center back spot. But as far forward as Macy is, it kind of can look like a back four.
Good job by Hannah Miller to get a foot in. And that's a little bit of a weak foul call because we're going to be called for a trainer. It looked like there was a collision there.
Yeah, Hannah went to step on the ball and her foot kind of slipped right on the ball and her momentum forward right into
number 29, I believe.
Is that one of the Thomans?
I think it's Alexa Thoman. It looked like she either took a blow to her knee or maybe it was a planted knee. I couldn't really tell.
It looked like kind of as she fell into her legs. But I believe the foul was called on Hannah Miller for what happened right before that.
Yeah, the foul was not on the that wasn't even a tackle. It would have been just a coming together after the play. As you see Coach Lael out to check on her player.
So it looks like they're going to send the players to the sidelines here.
So we had a stoppage in play at 18:06 remaining in the second half. CIU leads 2-0. It's definitely a little bit of a somber mood here, and you see some CIU players coming across.
So we're going to have a little moment of prayer here for the hurt player.
It's good to see both teams come together, Josh, in a moment like this where somebody's injured on the field, but to see both teams come together and pray for her. She's being helped off by her head coach and the training staff here for Bryan. That's Michaela out there to help out. And we're back after that brief injury timeout there. The player we saw go off was number 29, Alexa Thoman. And the player subbed on for her, we saw in the first half, number 5, Leah Williamson, is going to come into the game. And you saw both teams come and pray together there for that injury. And Josh and I echo that sentiment. We hope that she's okay, that will be
Definitely.
hopefully nothing too serious. And if so, we hope for a speedy recovery for her. She had a really, really good game. And it puts a damper on our mood here as Alexa had played great. She had done a really good job. And just an unfortunate, I guess, coming together there that caused her to hurt herself. But we're back in the action as Delaney heads the ball clear here, and we've got 17:40 remaining on the clock. The CIU Lady Rams lead the Bryan Lady Lions 2-0. And you've got to think the Lions need something quickly. So you probably see a little more aggression out of the Lions, and that's a good job by Campbell Brown, who tries to win a ball in the midfield. We're going to have a foul call, which seems a little odd there, Josh. I see your hands up.
Okay, no, there, he changed it. He changed it.
There we go.
Yeah. Because I was thinking how did we commit a foul there?
Yeah, I didn't think anybody had committed
I didn't think there was a foul at all.
But especially not us.
Yeah. You hear the coach say that was soft. I tend to agree with her. So
I would too. I think we should have let them play there.
Yeah.
See a good job there by Young to throw off Fish, who's able to get back on the ball. She's going to have to play a ball back in the middle, and it's going to go out off Young. Oh, she won it back off Ruth Fish, and it's going to be a goal kick.
That was big right there.
That was. You think the Lions would have started to commit some ladies forward there and try to see if they could pull one back, and a set piece would be a good way to do that. Resitar's going to put that ball in play back out to number 18, who is deeper.
Yeah,
I'm surprised to see her that deep.
So I think they're just letting her take those kicks. Well, actually, no, I think she has taken the place of the injured in the back line. As that ball looking to play across there, and Michaela's able to get it.
Haley Rowe has been in a really, really good position, and she has played some good balls, but she seems to be frustrated as nobody was able to get on the end of that one. And she's back on the ball. She's going to take a shot, maybe a pass. I couldn't tell what that was, but it definitely looks like they have put – nope, now Marissa Deal is back up forward a little bit
she's going to take the throw.
And see if she –
So let's see where she goes from the throw. Because I noticed it when she took the goal kick, and I thought, well, maybe they just wanted it to go a little further. She seems to have a good leg there, so they're going to be in a very advantageous position right here. And Haley's able to shut that one down as now Dill going forward. So good job there.
She's still back up front. Well, trying to see, we also have a change, and 21, that is Sydney Thoman, is now up very high up the pitch and is in the box. So she has seemed to come a little more into an attacking role, as you're going to see a goal kick here.
Yeah, let's see what happens here as the goal kick comes. As you see Dill kind of heading back.
The only thing unchanged, Blankmeyer still in that holding role in the midfield, and I believe Dill may join her.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go to 3 at the back instead of the 2.
I would assume Dill's just going to have the freedom to be able to go up the pitch.
Just find the game, yeah.
In the attacking position, especially with Williamson. That's the sub that's just come in. She's played a ball over there. That's going to be a foul on number 3, Macy. Macy Moore is going to foul 14, Callie Rowe there.
See, Rose had a good game up that right side.
She's been a catalyst for sure. And that pace, and you can tell she is their top points getter on the year. And not surprised by the way she's played today. Good touch by Campbell to get that around. But Williamson gets it. Campbell does it again. She's going to have to play this ball deep. And there is number 12, Olivia Young. And once again.
How did she save that?
I can't believe that stayed in. I looked down thinking that it was going to be a throw-in. Blankmeyer on the ball. She's going to turn and play this to Young. Young with a good first touch with her left foot. And a great job by Ruth Fish to be able to close her down. We're going to have a foul after that ball was played on 15 Blankmeyer. And Ryan Fair will come up and take the free kick here for the Lady Lions. 13-10 remaining in the second half. We're going to need a goal, and we're going to need it quickly, as that ball's played in only as far as the central defense of the Rams. That ball is going to be too far over the top for Thoman, and it's going to be a throw-in for Haley Brown down here in front of the Rams dugout.
So it looks like Jackson is going to kind of play the role that Dill was in now that she's kind of gone back a little bit.
It's a free-flowing
very
movement.
Fluid with their positioning.
Here. They're just making sure we're on our game.
Well, you kind of this is the point in the game where we've kind of gotten used to who is where. And so we're not looking at the roster to see who's playing the ball. We're kind of, learning where they are as the ref's going to give a little talking to there to a couple people. But now they're just throwing us off, so we're having to look again at who's where. And so.
Yeah, something to watch there as well is Macy Moore and Hallie Rowe down here at this left back, right winger position. Little chippy after the play there. There was a ball earlier that they'd kind of, I guess, both went after pretty aggressively. It'll be interesting to see because we have not had a card in the game today, which is I think speaks to the spirit of the game that both teams are playing with. It's been very open but very respectful for both teams.
It's been a physical game too, but there's nothing been malicious, nothing after the whistle, none of those things that we've seen. Honestly, you know what? I think we were closest to a yellow card when Ryan kind of kicked the ball after the whistle. I think that's as Rowe is going to be played through here. Can she get the angle to take the shot? I couldn't tell if that went wide or if that went over the bar, but good job there.
It looked a little high than it did maybe to the right, but we're going to see a Ram sub. That's 22. Vangelis going to come in for number 21, Sydney Thoman. And Vangelis is going to go back up top. She played a cameo in the first half. Didn't start this game, but she is putting in a good shift and probably going to put her name in the mix to start the next game later this week with the way she's played today. She got on the score sheet. She's been really very good attacking player, makes some runs, good on the ball, has some pace. We're going to see Cecilia Miles on the ball, plays it up to Ruth. Ruth has got runners both sides. She's going to play it to Haley Brown. Tried to play through maybe to Haley Brown, but good job by Cecilia. And that's through to Ruth Fish. Ruth Fish runs onto it. She's got runners
She's got
in the
Miller
middle.
in the middle if she can find her.
And that ball's a little bit ahead of Hannah Miller. And Resitar comes up and does her best Jordan Pickford impression of
Laying on the ball.
Laying on the ball. She's going to roll it out and get play started back to Dillon, who's now at the right back spot.
I'll tell you one thing, having Dill back there in the back, she's not afraid to play the long balls.
With the way she's played today, the pressure she's going to put on people as the coaches here for this all-conference team, they're not going to know where to put her. And she's put in definitely a worthy performance today of being one of the better players we've seen here at the Lions Den this year. Ruth Fish ball played in. She's running to try to see if she can get on that. She's going to win that, and it is going to be a corner for the Lions. 9:45 remaining in the second half. And it's
go time.
Last chance saloon. Campbell Brown is going to get on this corner as you see the Lions men's team in their neon warm-ups going back to get ready for their game that we'll have at 1 o'clock. Campbell plays that ball in. It's going to be to the near post. A good flick on in the header and unable to get it back out to Campbell Brown. She's going to play it in on a good touch there by Jackson. Cecilia plays that back in. Nobody's there. Leah Williamson looked like she may have handled that, but that ball's going to squirt through under Ryan Fair, and it's McKinley's on it. And a great job by Smith to step up and clear that ball.
Yeah, she got right in there, got in front, got the ball. I don't even know if McKinley knew she was there. Kind of the way she kind of reacted once that ball was won, she kind of ran right into her like she never even knew she was there.
Good job by Smith. She's put in a great.
Oh, off the bar. Can we find a way to get it in? So we took that corner pretty quick there.
I couldn't tell who won that header. Could you, Josh? It
No.
looked like it was in the mix, and it definitely came off a black jersey, but I couldn't tell who did it. And the Lions have stepped up the pressure here as Ruth checks her run to try to stay onside. She definitely can't be offside here. Good job by Campbell Brown to play it. We need runners in the box. Ball's played in off of number 12, Young. And Elizabeth Scott couldn't get there to the deflected cross, and Resitar comes to claim that ball, and she's going to probably do a little bit of time wasting here. And I say that without a negative connotation to it, as she's just playing the game a bit, and she's going to roll that ball back out down the wing to number 18, Marissa Deal, who looks for a long ball. You just said it, and we had won the header. Ryan Fair, good job. Blankmeyer's going to clean that up. The Lions got to get their defensive back line back in position. Good job, Ryan Fair. Back to Haley Brown. Haley Brown with a little bit of a mishit pass. Campbell couldn't get in on the end of it. And Blankmeyer will have the ball back and play it to right back Marissa Dill, who plays row down this wing again. Dill's going to overlap on the inside and call for the ball, but the ball was going to be played behind her to McKinley. And a little bit of a weak shot there. A little bit of an ambitious ball by Lily Jackson. She put it on frame, couldn't get what she wanted, I believe, on that. And a good save nonetheless by Michaela Gale, who gets the ball back into action. 6:55 remaining for the Lions, and we're going to continue to turn up the pressure here as we're going to get a couple subs. We'll get those to you briefly on the next stop of play. They play up Haley Brown down the wing. Ruth Fish attempting to get onto it. It's going to be won by the central defense. That's Battaglia. And this game has opened up. It is just really just 30, 40-yard sprints for both teams at this point, Josh, as it's kind of played back and forth. Ryan Fair wins a throw, and we're going to get the subs. Number 21, Sydney Thoman, back into the game for 14, Callie Rowe. And Cecilia Mize is going to come out of the game. Kaylee Ridley back in. So we will have the same sub.
Now they're going to move around a little bit more, so we really won't know where they are now.
I've got to the point, Josh, where I just own it. Sometimes I say a name, and at home I'm probably upsetting some family members if I say the wrong one. I apologize, but you get flowing, and, man, it pings around a lot. We're going to get a very good position here for a free kick. 6 minutes and counting remaining, and I'm assuming Campbell Brown, if I know
I think Hannah Miller. I think Hannah Miller. She went right for the ball.
Okay, I'm interested. I have seen Campbell Brown uncork a couple of huge free kick goals and goals in her career. Not to put down Hannah Miller as well, because she is unreal on the ball. And it does look like it's going to be Hannah Miller, number 10. And CIU will put everyone back. You got a four-woman wall, excuse me. May see if she'll play this to this right post.
She tries to chip it. Oh, I'm not sure if that got a touch. No, we're going to get a goal kick, so just off the crossbar there.
I thought it was tipped onto the bar, but
I thought it was too.
They've got a better angle than we have.
Yeah, he's a lot closer than we are up here in the gantry.
Coach Tom's asking the linesman if she hit it onto the bar.
Yeah,
he says no, but after the fact, regardless of what the call was, he's going to go with what stayed on the field. You're going to see a ball played in. Can we get on the end of that cross? We may have a penalty shout here, and they're going to point just nothing.
No,
as
this
Hannah
is going to
Miller
be a
is going
goal
to
kick.
remonstrate there to the referee, and she is not happy about that call. And I think she has a legitimate complaint here. Is there was definitely some contact. Kind of surprised Recitar did not come for that ball.
Yeah, that was kind of my first thing was
that contact happened probably inside the 6-yard box, Josh.
Yeah.
She was definitely well within range to kind of come out and make a play.
I wonder if that kind of that scare early in the game where was it Ruth or Ryan
it was Ruth.
that kind of almost caught her slipping. You know, since then she has not really come off her line much. And I'm not sure how that's a Rams throw in.
Yeah, that definitely 3:50 remaining, but
yeah, I think the only person that thought that was out on us is the center match official.
Haley Brown knew it was going out and kind of ushered it out and didn't touch it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he thought maybe she played a touch, but Blankmeyer on the ball across to Thoman. Thoman is going to look and cut back in. She's got some runners on the left. Haley Brown's going to pick that one off, but it's going to go only as far as number 12, Olivia Young. She's up the pitch as far as she's been all day. Plays a ball back post just a bit too far for McKinley. Blankmeyer steps in and is going to foul number 4, Kaylee Ridley there. And it's going to be a Lions free kick at the top of their own 18, 3:13 remaining. We've got to start releasing some numbers forward to see if we can make this last 3:05 very interesting. Delaney Gephardt.
It'd have been nice to get that penalty.
Absolutely. Is going to play that ball up to Elizabeth Scott, dispossessed by the Rams defense, and she's going to go for a tackle. And it's going to be a foul on Hannah Miller. A little surprise there. And that just going to take the sting out of the Lions' attack there as Marissa Dill over the ball. She will take her time. 2:35 and counting. The Lions still trail 2-0 to the CIU Lady Rams. Smith meets that ball and is able just to knock it out of harm's way. Haley Brown, she's got a runner. She's going to have to release Ruth Fish. She plays a ball over the top. What a weighted pass right there. Good job, Ruth Fish. She turns the Young on. She's got runners in the middle, but it's only one. And that's a really good job by number 23, Chloe Battaglia, to not only deflect that ball out, but for a throw-in. Kaylee Ridley is up in the box and is able to roll that ball towards the keeper.
Did she handle the ball, put it down, and then pick it back up?
I believe she did. I was looking down, but that would be an indirect free kick, correct?
That's what I thought, but I guess
Good job. You see the footwork there by Ryan Fair. You can tell she is used to having the ball. She plays a lot up the pitch, too. Good step by Ridley. Ball's going to be played over the top. Nobody there for the Rams, but they won't care with 1:13 remaining. Good step across, number 6, Lily Jackson.
1 minute remaining, 1 minute remaining.
So you can hear the PA announcer, 1 minute remaining. As that ball goes from Ridley into.
And I think we're going to get our first card here.
We are. And that's going to be a yellow on Hannah Miller.
I think that's a bit of frustration built up from Hannah.
I believe so. And
thought she
sometimes
could have got the
tell.
penalty.
You get this, I'm sure, in basketball where maybe you're dispossessed or you think you're fouled, and then you kind of make it a vendetta going back down the court to, play aggressive defense. And I think that was a little bit of what we saw there from Hannah, was just to run her down, trying to be aggressive as she could, and when she couldn't catch up, just put in a little boot there to the back of the leg to earn that yellow card. And Haley Brown's going to clear that ball. And she's put in a shift. You can tell she's tired legs.
Yeah, coming up on 30 seconds left in this game.
Olivia Young's going to come up and take this throw. And with 15 seconds left, got to shout her out again. She's had an unreal game here at this left back spot. And that's going to have to be some kind of foul or card. As this is all a little bit of a formality at this point. There's 10 seconds on the reset. What we saw was, I believe it was 22 Vangelis, who had just kind of stepped up and blocked that start a play there off the free kick. And then we had a little extracurricular chirping there between her and Ridley, as Ridley's going to play this as the clock starts. We're going to be counting down from 10, and it's going to be a 2-0 win here for the CIU Rams. And they came in and played well, Josh.
Yeah, they did. The Lions definitely kept the effort, the intensity, everything up. That second goal, just a little bit of unlucky there. Not the way you kind of want to end your season if you're Coach Tom here. But we'll be back in about 20 minutes for the men's matchup. So for Jordan Day and Josh Muncie, we'll be back here in a little bit.